Okay. Welcome to another edition of the Current Era podcast. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm having so much fun doing this, and I really appreciate everybody that has subscribed and downloaded my episodes. It really means a lot. This week, we have Mandala on again, and we're going to talk about the new Captain Marvel film. Captain Marvel came out in theaters this past Friday. I'm releasing this episode on Monday just because I wanted to make sure that everybody gets enough time to see the film, digest it. It's been about a week and a half since it's already come out. And yeah, man, I'm really excited about the MCU. I wasn't the hugest fan of Captain Marvel, as you'll hear, but I did just see the new Avengers and Endgame trailer, so I'm just so hype about it. Mandala and I go in depth on Captain Marvel. We also talk about some predictions before Avengers Endgame comes out. So yeah, listen, guys, this will be a great episode. And right before we get to the episode, here's a word from my sponsor. All right, so I know I have a lot of listeners out there in Canada. I have listeners in the UK. I have listeners in Australia. And I know that everyone in those places is a fan of Nothing Was Handed. Nothing Was Handed is worldwide. Nothing Was Handed worldwide, baby. So Coach Keys, Nothing Was Handed, he has had a lot of players reach out to him via social media because they don't have the opportunity to train with him. But he has just released a video format that breaks down some of his favorite go-to moves as well as some of your favorite NBA players' moves. All you got to do is visit the website, nothingwashanded.com, and subscribe to the free email list to stay updated with the new videos. Also, the Nothing Was Handed app is launching this summer. So remember, guys, just go to nothingwashanded.com and subscribe to the free email list to stay updated with everything Nothing Was Handed and Coach Keys. All right. So, guys, before we get started with this week's episode, I just wanted to give you a brief spoiler warning. We are going to be talking about Captain Marvel in its entirety, so if you haven't seen it, this is your spoiler warning. We're going to be talking about the movie from A to Z, and listen to what Mandala says about this film, and listen to where he ranks it as far as, you know, the top Marvel movies of all time. It's a doozy. He begged me to edit it or to delete it, and I'm not going to do it. I want you guys to hear it because it made me crack up so hard. So these are our original thoughts and opinions, and these are Mandala's original thoughts and opinions about Captain Marvel and where it ranks. Here we go. Welcome to another edition of the Current Era podcast. I'm your host, Julian, and today I have Mandala back on to discuss the new Captain Marvel film that just came out this past Friday. We are recording this on the Saturday that it came out. What's today? Today is March 9th.
Yeah, Saturday. Came out on Friday.
Right, so the movie came out on March 8th. I have seen it twice already. I wanted to make sure I saw it twice just to make sure I can give you guys a good factual opinion about the film. And I know Mandala is a huge MCU guy, so I wanted to have him on so he could break down the film with me. So let's start off by giving some first impressions of the film. I mean, what did you think of the movie as a whole?
I liked it. I liked the Stan Lee opening. You know, I'm pretty sure you like that too.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, overall, I mean, it's not nowhere near top tier Marvel movies, MCU movies. It's closer to the bottom for me, but I think it's getting kind of crapped on a little bit by certain people, and I think it's getting a little bit loved on too much by certain people,
which is weird. But yeah. I guess I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's definitely, to me, it's not even in the middle. It's more so like the bottom tier. But I know that I'm biased because I have to look at this movie through two lenses.
Sure,
my Marvel lens and my non-Marvel lens. My Marvel lens, I think every Marvel movie is good to an extent. I don't think any Marvel movie is a bad movie. But from my filmmaking lens, not filmmaking, but I wish my just like looking at it, trying to look at it objectively without looking at it through like my Marvel lens, and I can see how someone would say this isn't a good movie. So I'm trying to remove my bias as best as possible. But me being so invested in what Marvel's done so far. Just looking at it and looking at the lore of Kree and Skrull relations and all that stuff just kept me intrigued the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, movie was awful. I didn't like it at all.
Awful.
Yeah, it was awful.
Okay.
Like awful.
That's fair.
And yeah. So, but I want to start off by actually acknowledging some good things or some things that I liked about the movie.
Sure.
So Captain Marvel as a character, I mean, she was fine, I guess.
Fine, like.
No,
okay.
I meant like fine, like isn't okay as a character. But
okay.
I'm sorry. Let me go back. I'm talking about good things.
Yeah.
So good things. Like you said, the Stan Lee thing in the beginning was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to do more for Stan Lee, but it was a good little nod to Stan Lee. Obviously, Captain Marvel's powers are cool, I guess. Dang, I'm struggling to say something good about this movie. Because I don't really agree with that. I don't know why I just lied to you guys. Okay, so let's skip the good stuff. Or do you have any good things to say about the movie?
Yeah, I do have some good things to say about it.
So then you talk about good stuff.
As I mentioned earlier, the Skrulls, just as a Marvel fan, like people who are in tune with Marvel know that the Skrulls play an important role in that universe, and so just being able to see them on screen was really cool.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah, that's a great way to set up Secret Wars, by the way, just by introducing them to the world.
Well, I don't know how they're going to do that now because they kind of made them to be good guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
by the way, you guys, spoiler alert for anybody listening to this. I guess. Yeah, we're about to go with different spoilers. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was kind of weird that they made him good, but caught me off guard. So the twist actually really came as a twist to me. I was like, oh wow, okay, that's pretty cool.
Right.
I like the Guardians of the Galaxy tie-in because it just makes the world feel more connected. Like there's like a connective tissue with Ronan and Kree.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't agree. As a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's cool to see Coulson when he's younger.
Definitely.
It makes his character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. feel more fleshed out because you get to see what happened prior. Like it gives him more of a reality, a fleshed out reality. Mm-hmm. And the cat was definitely a highlight for me as a cat lover. Mm-hmm. Goose was amazing. Yeah, I love that cat.
Yeah, and so I'm really struggling to find something good to say.
The cat wasn't cool to you? Okay.
No,
wasn't cute.
Sure, it was cute, but it's really funny. This is something good about the movie that I'll say. When I went to see it Thursday and I went to see it Saturday. Mm-hmm. So both times I went to see it, I saw a lot of young girls with their fathers there to see the movie, and I think that that's very important because this is Marvel's first movie with a female lead, a lead that kicks butt. Yeah, I mean it was action packed, so that's good. Mm-hmm. She was kicking everybody's ass. I mean she was doing it. Yeah, and I love the fact that fathers are taking their little girls to see this because there's not enough representation for them in these type of movies, especially superhero movies. So it's great that they got to see that. I also enjoyed the scene where she's talking to the higher power, and the higher power is like, this is towards the end of the movie when she actually realizes that she can control her own powers and she doesn't need the little chip. I thought that was a cool scene, but they kind of gave it away in the preview, so it didn't surprise me. But it was okay. So let's talk about her actual powers, like her abilities and what she can do. So. It seemed to be limitless. I mean, she was doing everything. Like she could fly, she can shoot beams,
which is similar to her powers in the comics. So
right, yeah, sure.
Can't be too mad at that.
I mean, I can, and my reason is because she seems so overpowered. Like she reminded me of Jack in The Incredibles 2, and I say that because she did everything so easily. Like she had one drop of blood the entire movie. I mean, sure that it's Marvel, it's PG. They're not going to show her dripping. It's not Deadpool, but I mean, she didn't look tired. She barely had any dirt on her. She was just annihilating everybody.
So you wish she went through more struggle.
I mean,
to get to where she.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing her on the big screen.
Yeah, okay.
So as someone that knows little to nothing about this character, I need to see something happen. I need to see her overcome some type of adversity besides memory loss, because. In the end of the movie, when Ronan came and they were about to blow up the Earth with those missiles, she handled them like they were nothing.
Wait, were those missiles meant to blow up the Earth or just that little area?
Well, just that little area that had the Skrulls in it. Okay. But, I mean, that was going to devastate the planet. So like you know like those weren't regular missiles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and sure, like it was meant as a plot device to show off her powers because I mean that was right after she had just talked to the higher power, and I get that. It just seemed like you know when Thanos comes around, I mean. She's finna whoop him. Like it seems like she's finna.
She did look very powerful, but I wouldn't say she can take Thanos 1-on-1 based on what I saw. Still,
she looked like she could do anything to me.
You think Thanos Thanos with the Infinity Stone? You think she's the threat to him?
Oh well, no, of course not. But I mean, nobody can beat him with the Infinity Gauntlet.
So if say he has only the Power Stone, you think she's a threat?
Yes, I think she is.
Based on what he did to Hulk in those first 5 seconds, like the Hulk is even though he was kind of downplayed in my opinion in Infinity War, he's still a huge threat. Like, I don't know if she could just. I think if you give Thanos the Power Stone, it'd be a good fight.
But he wouldn't win.
I think he could win.
I mean, but like, and I'm only basing that off what I've seen in the films because even Thor, I mean, he whooped Thanos when he had the entire Infinity Gauntlet. So
I mean.
He did. He beat him. He was about to kill him. He just missed. He should have aimed for the head.
Yeah. But Thor had a new weapon though. He had Stormbreaker, so
sure.
Which Thanos wasn't expecting him to have that. He was expecting him to still have his old hammer, or no hammer at all.
Okay. I mean, okay, but
and Thor's pretty powerful. Like you're naming powerful people. Like Thor's pretty powerful.
But that's my point. She's stronger than Thor. According to the creator of the MCU, she is the strongest Marvel character they have introduced.
Yes.
So. I mean, if Thor did that to Thanos, with the Infinity Gauntlet, she's gonna come out and just smack Thanos around. Like
I think Thor with his new weapon, Stormbreaker, and Captain Marvel that we just saw would be a good fight. I don't think she'd just whoop him like that. I'm not saying he'd win, but it'd be a good fight.
I hope not. I mean, that would completely ruin Endgame for me.
Really,
being honest, yes. If Avengers Endgame is Captain Marvel coming in to beat Thanos. I am going to be so upset.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah. I wasn't saying that. Okay, so you're saying that she just comes in and she's the secret weapon that just beats him like that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'd be mad too. Cause I feel like a cheap way out.
Yes.
They
didn't need 11 years and all these films to show me that. Okay, they didn't.
I trust the Russo brothers. They're not going to go out that way.
I hope not.
They've shown us nothing but greatness in terms of their films they made: Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War. Yeah, they're not going to go out like they're not going to disrespect us like that. By just having Captain Marvel come in and just be the end all be all.
I hope not. That's what it looked like to me, man. She listen. She was so powerful. Like it was crazy. Like she literally didn't break a sweat the entire movie. And I'm just like, okay, like is she God? Like my goodness. Like she was just. It was crazy.
So did you have a problem with? Okay, this is DC, but still, did you have a problem with Superman's portrayal in Man of Steel?
Come on, man. So we cannot compare Superman to Captain Marvel.
He's fighting other Kryptonians. Hold on, what?
We cannot compare Superman to Captain Marvel. We can't.
You think Captain Marvel will win against Superman?
No.
Okay, so what are you saying,
bruh? That's Superman. Yeah. That's his whole identity as a character. So of course he shouldn't be tired. He shouldn't be anything that Captain Marvel was. But like Captain Marvel should be. Okay. Like she took on an entire space armada, and she was like, yeah, it's Tuesday. Like I had a huge problem with that. Okay. But let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. So Brie Larson, she obviously portrayed Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. She came across a little dry to me, man. Like she wasn't funny.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah, like they tried to give her some good material, and I don't think she landed with any of her jokes. Like, I mean, maybe I'm in the minority, but like there was like literally nobody laughing in my theater, and I thought that was weird. Like, okay. It's just some. I mean, I don't know.
No, she's a very accomplished actress.
Yeah, she is. She's been great in other things.
She's won. She has like an Academy Award. So I don't think it's necessarily her as an actress. Sure. It's the screenwriting, and the direction that they chose. But yeah, you're right, man. I found myself like halfway through the movie, like, okay, is she gonna is she gonna show me why they chose her to be Captain Marvel? Like you could have put anybody in that role. Mm-hmm. It felt like if they were gonna do what she did in that movie, you could just put anybody in that role.
Sure.
But I mean, she looks the part physically.
Oh yeah,
like you know,
she was awesome in all the action scenes.
Yeah,
like
she
in
looks
the scene in the beginning where she was trying to escape the Kroll ship.
Oh, her
arms,
yeah,
bruh, she was murking him, and she looked great doing it.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
you know,
it didn't give her much to do emotionally.
Yeah, like I mean,
but that one scene with her friend, that kind of showed me her acting chops. I was like, okay, this is what I would like to see more of. You remember that scene with her friend? Her friend broke down the pilot. She was like, "Where have you been all these years?" Like,
oh yeah. Okay,
like that's the Brie Larson I know, and I wish they would have displayed more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But even in the comics, like she's more like even comics have a hard time sometimes, making her interesting.
Yeah,
because her character, she's just like she's a tough warrior chick.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't show a lot of emotion. But
it's funny you bring that up because these comparisons were inevitable, but I really don't see too many comparisons yet to Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel. But I thought Gal Gadot's portrayal of Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, was fantastic.
You're right.
Like she was funny.
Yeah.
She was gorgeous, and she killed the action scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say the same about Brie Larson and Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, you're right.
But let me calm down. It's one movie. There's going to be a sequel. She's going to be an Endgame. So maybe she'll grow on me.
Yeah,
but
of course. Yeah.
I went in with low expectations. I was still disappointed. That's not good for me.
Yeah.
Because it just makes me angry. But
he's getting angry.
Okay, and then Jude Law, who I didn't even recognize him. I mean, obviously he's from Fantastic Beasts and numerous other movies. But
you didn't recognize Jude Law?
No, I didn't.
Wow.
I was like, he looked so familiar, like the whole movie, and then when they did the end credits, I was like, that was Jude Law.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought he did a really good job in the movie. He was like a highlight for me. His character.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you? What did you? Okay, so you say you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I wish to show more of him.
Yes.
And more of his relationship with Veers or Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I thought but Jude Law always does amazing to me. He always elevates the material he's in. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about Ben Mendelsohn's performance as Talos? I
thought he was spot on, to be honest. But with what he was given, because obviously the Skrulls are supposed to be not good. Mm-hmm. But I thought he was funny.
Super funny.
Yeah, like I thought he was like really funny. He was, him and Jude Law were like two of the highlights of the film for me. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean the scene at the end where he reconnects with his family, like that was a great scene. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean I was happy. I mean the only actor that I wasn't pleased with was Brie Larson, and
that shouldn't be the case.
She's the lead. Yeah, like I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
but and I want to move on to some of the plot points or plot holes that I saw. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to run some of them off for you, and give me your reaction. But so in the movie, they mentioned that first of all, the Tesseract is back. Right. Yeah. So like that's okay. That's fine. Mm-hmm. The Tesseract is the power source that they need to power this engine, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. In the end of Captain America: First Avenger, we see Howard Stark pull out the Tesseract with Captain America, and then we don't know what happens to it. I mean, presumably it goes into Shield care because he was working for Shield at the time, right?
Wait. I mean, I might need a refresher, but at the end of Captain America: First Avenger, he was fighting with Red Skull on the ship? Mm-hmm. And didn't the Tesseract fall into the ocean? Yes. And then at the end they got it back out. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, and I was going to bring up that too because in Captain America: First Avenger, Cap and Red Skull are fighting in the aircraft, right? Yeah. And then Red Skull tries to touch it with his bare hands, and I mean, obviously he's not strong enough. He doesn't have the right power, whatever. It teleports him, we know, to Vormir, where the Soul Stone is. So. It's deadly to humans, right? Like you can't just touch it. It's an Infinity Stone. So then it sinks through the ship and falls into the ocean. Yeah. Okay, whatever. So at the end of the movie, I think it may have been a post-credit scene, but Howard Stark fishes it out and he finds Captain America. So in between that time and this movie, which is set in the 90s, apparently it's in Shield care and they just let this lady that they don't know borrow it, who's a scientist, and she stuck it in her spaceship, and they just didn't know where it was. So how the heck do they lose the Tesseract?
I mean, well, she's just a normal lady. She's a Kree, a super intelligent, Kree. So
sure, but how did she hoodwink them, and how did they just not care for all these years that they didn't know where the Tesseract was?
I mean, well, we don't know if they don't care. It could have been a high stress level among Shield, but the fact that she's one of the head scientists in the Kree Empire, I can kind of I'll let it pass. It's not beyond beyond disbelief that she could have acquired the Tesseract because she's not just a regular human scientist. She has some intel that maybe we don't have, and so that part doesn't really.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I would say it's a plot hole, but I do wish to kind of explain how it got from Howard Stark hands into her hands a little bit more. Maybe just a little connective thread there, but
yeah,
I would say it's a plot hole.
And then another thing about the Tesseract. So so Captain Marvel touches it. She holds it in her hand like it's nothing. So okay, she's invulnerable. She's God. She has all these great powers. Mm-hmm. And then the cat thing swallows it.
Yeah.
Why is the cat not dying from swallowing an Infinity Stone? First of all.
Well, actually, you know what? I actually looked that up too. I was like, well, this cat has like the stomach of like.
I want to say, like, is this cat a god? Oh, like, okay.
It's apparently what it swallows goes into a pocket dimension.
Oh,
so it's not in the stomach, which makes sense why it swallowed all those people and the cats still look the same.
Okay.
Because they're going into a pocket dimension, so it was in a pocket dimension.
So it's teleporting them.
It's swallowing them into I guess it's teleporting them.
Okay. So how does it? I mean, because the end credit scene is it spitting it out, so it can recall things from that pocket dimension too.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that really? Why you want to Why you care about like semantics of a Marvel movie? Like, I mean, of course it has to matter to an extent.
Yeah,
but like,
it has to matter because in the first Avengers, obviously we see that Loki gets the Tesseract, and that's a huge thing. Like,
okay.
I mean that needs to be explained. Like, I'm not just going to ignore it.
You're right.
But anyway. Another thing was, speaking on Avengers, in the first Avengers movie, Samuel Jackson talks about how they were using a Tesseract to build weapons, right? Mm-hmm. That was like a thing, Iron Man found out and Cap found out. He brought out the rifle and was like, hey, you're building weapons. Mm-hmm. And they asked him why. And he pointed to Thor. He points to Thor and he says, because of him. Because there's intergalactic space people out there and, we got to protect ourselves. So what about Captain Marvel that you met 10 years ago? I mean, she doesn't count. I mean, you saw and you're planning to get invaded. Mm-hmm. But, that's I will let it slide.
But he knows that based on what we saw, he knows they were friends. Captain Marvel isn't a threat. He knows little to none about Thor in Avengers 1.
No. I'm talking about the Skrulls that came, the Kree that came. He witnessed that. I mean, nothing?
I mean, he's saying people like him. Like, maybe it's under the the assumption that he knows aliens exist and how harmful they can be. Mm-hmm. So he's just lumping him with all the other aliens that he's met before. And keep in mind, these movies were written when I'm pretty sure when Avengers 1 was made, they weren't thinking about Captain Marvel and the exact plot that it would be in that movie.
Sure.
I mean,
I agree.
You have to just take into account that kind of stuff too.
So I have to ignore things. Is what you're saying.
Take into account does not mean ignore. It just means take into account and go forward with it.
Okay. So
I feel like you're just looking for things to hate in this movie. Like,
no, and like I said, I went in with really low expectations. Uh-huh. So when I saw it Thursday, I was like, I didn't like it. Yeah. So I purposely waited to do this podcast. Like I was like, bro, like I have to see it again. Yeah. Because maybe I missed something. Like just like you did with Aquaman. Like you said, first time you saw it, you hated it. You went back and you liked it. So
that's true.
But that didn't change for me.
Okay.
So another thing that was kind of weird. It didn't bother me. But Nick Fury's eye. Mm-hmm. I mean, they kind of explained it differently in it was either Avengers or Winter Soldier, where he talked about how he lost his eye because he trusted somebody and stuff like that. But in this one, it just appears the cat scratched him. So, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if they think that we're going to forget what they say in these movies or what, but.
Well, okay. I don't have a problem with that because, now, yes, I can understand how hardcore Marvel fans could be like, what the hell? The director of S.H.I.E.L.D. lost his eye to a damn cat? So first of all, the Flurkin.
No. I'm not saying how he lost it. I'm saying, well, yes, I am. I'm not saying who he lost it to. I'm just saying that it doesn't add up.
Okay,
yeah, there's no continuity to it.
Keep in mind, though, he's the leader of all spies. So why would he tell anybody the truth as to why he lost his eye? Like, he doesn't owe anybody that explanation.
Sure. So
I wouldn't expect the leader of spies to be like, here's the truth and everything that happened. I got scratched by a Flurkin in 1995. Like,
yeah, but that's a cop-out. That's a cop-out that Marvel can use to every single thing.
But because it holds weight though. He's a spy. Like, I mean, he has secrets that we don't even know about yet.
Okay, so then we can just say the same thing for why she wasn't here sooner. Like the freaking planet gets invaded.
Now that is a very valid explanation. I mean, a very valid point. Like, why hadn't he called her during the Battle of New York, like the Ultron thing?
Like the whole planet gets invaded by a race of aliens again.
Yeah.
Again in his eyes again, and he just doesn't use it. Like,
No,
he doesn't
that's
call
valid.
it.
That's valid. That's valid.
I mean, that's just, I don't know. That's not, to me, that's stuff that can't be ignored. You know, I can't just say okay to that.
No, that's fair.
But, you know, I mean, I actually saw an interview with him and Brie Larson they did. And he said, he got asked that question.
Yeah.
And he said that Nick Fury didn't call because it wasn't important enough. So that's literally what he said.
Well, I guess he had faith in the Avengers, but when it came to Thanos, he knew like there's no hope for us. Like, we need it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you remember at the end of Avengers 1, he's giving them that speech like, hey, you guys need to step up. So he has some sense of belief. And during the Battle of New York, I guess maybe the planet wasn't in danger at that point, just New York. Maybe it could have obviously expanded to the planet, but
They were going to nuke New York because it was a world event.
Yeah, but not the planet.
What do you mean?
Thanos is a planetary threat.
He's a universal threat.
Yeah. He's more so a earthly threat right now. Like, that could have. You're right. That could have extended. Look, I'm looking for excuses as to why.
That's exactly what it sounds like you're doing.
Okay, but I'm playing devil's advocate.
Sure,
That's cool.
sure,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, maybe there's reasons, but we all know the actual reasons because Captain Marvel wasn't in production yet. They didn't.
Okay.
Like, we know that reason, but I'm looking for an in-world reason. You know.
Sure.
Why.
Okay. I mean, if they come out and admit it, then that's fine. And so the post credit scene for the movie, you know, Marvel was famous for these post credit scenes. This one they show. It seems, I don't know how far it is up the Avengers. I mean, Avengers Infinity War could be a few days, could be a week. Or the reason I say that is because Cap still has his beard. So I mean, because in the trailers he was freshly shaven. So you know, obviously. Well, spoilers, but this whole thing's a spoiler. So yeah, I mean, in the mid credit scene, they somehow get hold of Fury's pager, show that it's trying to page somebody, and it dies, and then turn around, oh, there she is, and she asks, "Where is Fury?" So apparently, she's going to be in Endgame a lot sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about the
mid credit scene?
Yeah, mid credit scene and how it ties into the Avengers.
Yeah, I love the mid credit scene, man. I loved how it. Like, I saw Cap on the screen, and I like squealed almost.
Of course, yeah. that was like the one time in the theater where everybody started clapping.
Okay, well,
sadly.
Okay, well, I didn't get claps, but we got some squeals. Yeah, seeing Cap, Rhodes, Black Widow, Hulk. Yeah, it was really cool seeing that. And then all of a sudden, you turn around and there's Bree with the hair laid. You know what I'm saying? New look. Yeah, I was here for that. The end credit scene with the cat throwing up the damn Tesseract.
Could have missed that.
Could have missed that one.
Yeah.
It was almost as bad as the one at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp where it was an ant playing damn drums. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and something to note on the mid-credit scene, they had like a count going of like the world population that was missing. And it was like, I mean, they were counting it like 3 billion-ish. And it was like steadily rising. So, yeah, I mean, Avengers Endgame, you know, looking forward to it so much. This was like a really good, you know, way to bring her in. Like we talked about before, I thought she was going to be brought in a little later in the story, but, you know, her being brought in now, you know, whatever.
I mean, yeah, and also we still don't know. Maybe she goes somewhere else and comes back. Who knows? Sure,
yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe a cop out as well. So how do you think that Captain Marvel was going to actually affect the Avengers? Because I mean, we talked about it earlier. If her role is to come in and beat Thanos and be like this savior, like I'm not with that.
Yeah,
like I didn't need
they aren't
all
going
these
that
years
route.
and all these movies.
I can almost promise you that they wouldn't go that route. It's too cheap. What she brings to the Avengers, she adds firepower, which is what they need at this moment. They don't need no more Ant-Mans, no more Hawkeyes. They need some firepower.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, Ant-Man can help them save everybody.
Okay, I meant from like a standpoint of just like
like battle power, like strength.
Yeah,
okay,
they need you know. They need some more Thor, some more Hulk, some more engine, like some more like what's the word? They need some more firepower, and she brings it. And it's a bold choice by Marvel to bring her in and have her and Kevin Feige say, "Hey, this is the most powerful character." Well, to our knowledge, this is the most powerful hero right now in the Avengers lineup, and have it be a woman. So I mean, I'm glad it's going this way.
Oh yeah.
I don't think, like you said, I don't think she's going to come in and just say that they automatically off her strength alone. But she's definitely going to help. And yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah. My hope for Endgame is that it includes everybody. one of the things that makes the first Avengers that they did such a fantastic movie to me is that all of the heroes got equal amount of responsibility and screen time.
Yeah.
I thought that every single one of them, from Hawkeye to Black Widow to Iron Man, I thought they all had something to do that was meaningful. They all had their individual scenes, and I thought that was great. I hope they can do the same thing with Endgame.
I mean,
now I know
that's nearly impossible.
I know, because they have so many characters, right? But I think that's why they made it 2 movies. So, you know, we kind of talked about it before, but characters that didn't get enough screen time in Infinity War hopefully will be redeemed in Endgame. So, and yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see Captain Marvel integrate with the Avengers. I mean, I'm interested to see, you know, her future with the Avengers, because I mean, you know, there's gonna be a big hole when Iron Man or Robert Downey Jr., I should say, and Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth and those guys leave. You know, she's gonna be the strongest.
And also according to reports, she's gonna be like that new leader role.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Yeah, she's gonna be like the new leader of the Avengers.
Yeah.
So like, you know,
I can't see her taking orders well either. Just going back to your point about her integrating with the Avengers, because she's so powerful. Like, what reason does she have to listen to Robert Downey Jr.? I'm sorry, to Tony Stark or to Cap. Like, what reason? Like, I can see it being a fun conflict on screen. Like,
sure, yeah.
Hey, Cap, like, hey, go in this corner and do this. Like, her be like, what? Like, no, like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, she needs to be used appropriately. She cannot be the savior. I'm gonna be so pissed. Endgame. I hope it's 3 or 4 hours. I hope they get everything in they need. And so another thing I had on the list was the time control, because there was all these reports about how she can manipulate time, this and that.
Yeah.
And we looked it up before we started recording, but apparently, you know, Samuel Jackson and Brie Larson did an interview recently where he basically said that he lied about that just because, maybe to throw people off of the trail, whatever. So that's good, because I mean, that kind of would have been another cheap way to.
Yeah, I think he was just uninformed, to be honest. I think he just didn't know what he was talking about.
Samuel Jackson?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them lie or say things to throw people off the plot or the trail of the movie. So it's, I mean, take it for what it's worth. But, I mean, I'm glad, because, you know, in Endgame, they have a big problem to solve. Because obviously they have to beat Thanos, sure, but that's almost secondary. Like, how do they get Black Panther, Spider-Man? Like, how are they going to rescue these people? Because
You think that's secondary to beating Thanos?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, beating the bad guy, like, that's going to happen. I mean, but how are they gonna conceivably and make it make sense and make it be good? Like, how are they gonna save all of these characters? Like, or are all of them going to be saved? Because there's people like, you know, like Loki, like Gamora, like they didn't die by the snap, or like what's the purple dude that beat
Vision?
Vision, yeah, Vision got crushed. So
he's not
I mean,
purple, he's fuchsia.
He's purple anyway.
Fuchsia.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, are they gonna come back?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too, but. Yeah. So let's move on to. So I want to get some hardcore predictions for you for Avengers Endgame. So we've talked about Captain Marvel. We know what we like, we didn't like. We see from the mid-credit scene how she's going to integrate into the movie in some shape or form. But give me your predictions on Avengers Endgame. I mean, what do you think is going to happen in this movie?
I think a lot's going to happen. I think a lot of my predictions are going to be wrong. But hey, they're worth giving, right?
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, I think the 2 deaths that are going to come out of here that are going to be major hits are going to be Cap and Iron Man. I think Thor's going to survive.
Well, he's a god, technically, so I mean, he can't die, right?
He can.
Loki died.
Yeah, so he can
But
definitely
he was
die.
a frost giant, so.
Half frost giant. Well, no,
Yeah.
he's a full frost giant. Anyway, yeah. I think Cap and Iron Man are going to go out in a super appreciative way, like, to the fans. I think they're going to go out
Like tear jerking?
yeah, oh, definitely. And I've never cried during a Marvel movie or any movie besides 2 movies I mentioned in another pod, Lion King and Bridge of Terabithia. But if any Marvel movie is gonna make me cry, it's gonna be this one, because I think I think those 2 are gonna be the ones that really just hit us the most. I don't think Thanos is gonna die how we think he's gonna die, if that makes sense.
No, not really. What do you mean?
I don't think he's gonna die from physical injury. I think it's gonna be they're gonna do some kind of, like, how do I explain this?
they're gonna like trade his life for their lives or something.
Something like along those lines of, because Thanos said he's been established as too much of a badass. I can't see him just dying from like, oh, yeah, he got hit too many times. He's dead. Like,
Captain Marvel will come in there and shoot the little beans at him.
No, I can see him dying in an unconventional way.
Maybe.
I can see all the characters who got snapped away. I can see them coming in the last act of the movie. The Spider-Mans, the Black Panthers, the Buckies, and they're going to fight some little minions thing Thanos has, because at the end of the day, what can Black Panther and Spider-Man do to Thanos? Like, nothing. So,
sure.
Every Avengers movie is known for having these little minions. At part 1, we had the Chitauri. In part 2, Ultron's little bots. And Endgame, Infinity War, we had a little dog thing, dog alien. So, some new minions are going to come up and to give some Black Panther and Spider-Man something to do. But yeah, how about you? What are your predictions?
Man, they're similar. So I'm of the mindset that, as much as it's gonna suck to see, but Captain America and Iron Man pretty much have to die. That's the only way it makes sense continuity wise. They started this thing, their contracts are up for a reason. They signed on to do a certain amount of movies for a reason, and like if you put the original Avengers in a lineup and you were told to pick, two people that were going down, it would it wouldn't be Black Widow or Hawkeye. Nobody really cares about them. So like
that's not fair.
That's entirely accurate.
I care about them.
If freaking Hawkeye and Black Widow were the two biggest deaths in Avengers Endgame.
No, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you can't say nobody cares about them. I care about them.
Nobody cares about them like they care about Cap and Iron Man, is my point.
That's fair.
If we're talking about levels here.
Levels of caring. Okay,
yes, that's my point.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
So like, you wouldn't choose Hulk. Because he quote unquote can't die. He's tried. Thor's a god, right? So
Thor can definitely die. I don't know where this notion came from that you think he can't die. He can definitely die. He's come close to death in almost every movie that he's been in.
But he hasn't died. Anyway, so it's Iron Man and Cap, man. Those are going to be the two biggest, meaningful, impactful deaths that they can give us at this point. It just is. Both of them kind of have to die. And they haven't spent this entire time doing the Captain America and Bucky relationship for no reason. It's been teased multiple times that Bucky, he's had his shield in the movie. He's wanted to wear his outfit in Winter Soldier when he saw it at the end. Like, there's too much of it. I don't know who's going to take over Iron Man. They got Rhodey.
Oh, my God.
Anyway. So, yeah, I don't know.
She's 60 years old.
So, yeah, those are, they're both probably going to die. I think Avengers Endgame is going to have like a lot of time travel methods, which I'm not too excited about because I don't really like time travel. Oh,
I love time travel if it's done right.
I'm about to say it was time travel can get so messy really quick. So like I'm a fan of continuity and making sense. If it makes sense and it fits, fine. But how are they going to have like all of these like? Because you've seen the previews, and I'm sure you've seen some type of spoilers of them when they're Avengers 1 outfits. So like,
no, I haven't.
Okay, well, sorry.
So let's be quiet.
Sorry. So anyway, I don't know.
I'm trying to avoid the trailers as much as possible too. Like, I told myself I'm not going to watch any more trailers.
Yeah. And the whole Thanos thing. I don't really care how he dies. I don't care if they trade his life for his. Like I said, he really doesn't matter to me at this point. Like
who matters to you? Like
just them rescuing everybody and Captain America and Iron Man not dying.
Okay.
That's what's gonna make this movie memorable to me.
Okay.
Like if you ask me right now how Ultron died, oh yeah, Vision. But I don't know how do you kill him? Did you shoot him with a beam or something? Loki didn't die in Avengers 1. Yeah. So that never sticks with me. Like who cares? Like good's gonna triumph over evil. Like that's the point. But the layers of a film is what's gonna stick with me.
What if Thanos joins the Avengers at the
end? Yeah, okay. Stop. I'm not gonna answer that.
What? That'd be cool, right?
Stop. That'd be so stupid. Thanos gonna be a good guy. Yeah. No, I don't want. No. Why do you put that in my head? Because now the whole movie, I'm gonna be like, Thanos, like, what are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah. This man living his peaceful life, like he got everything he wants. Yeah. So as long as half of them are gone, I thought, you know what? Let's fight injustice. No, Thanos, you have to die. You cannot be forgiven for everything you've done, sir. So yeah. So if I had to put you on the spot, man, how do they actually save everybody from from the events of Infinity War? Like,
From the snap?
Yeah, like are they trapped in the time stone, or are they really dead? And
the most knowing what we know about the Black Panther 2 and Spider-Man 2, so like knowing that they're coming back.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously they're not.
It just makes the most sense that they're in some other dimension or some other realm. Mm-hmm. Like I don't see any other way as to how they come back. How about you? Do you see an ulterior way?
Not really, but I'm interested for them to try something and see if it sticks, to be honest. Because, the whole trapped in the soul stone thing, because I've heard it so much, I'm kind of expecting it. Mm-hmm. And I don't really want to see that. But at the same time, like you said, like they've announced sequels to everybody that died pretty much. So, I mean, obviously they're coming back. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of how. And to me, like I said, like that's the most important thing. That's most important. That's what I'm going in looking for. Like, how are they going to bring everybody back?
Yeah.
Because the shot in Endgame where they're going to show all of these characters that they spent all this time building up is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Never mind.
Yeah. Stop. Okay. So. Oh man. Okay. So with the original cast of the Avengers leaving, it appears that all the major stars are stepping down. So like, how do you think the Marvel Cinematic Universe can stay relevant and profitable without Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth? Like, do you think that's even possible?
I think it's super possible.
Really?
I think it's not going to affect anything.
Wow.
Financially. Yes, to us hardcore Marvel fans, and be like, dang, like,
no Captain America, no Iron Man.
Like, it's gonna suck, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's gonna slow down Marvel anything in any way. I think if anything, it's gonna escalate the material. Okay, so now we know that there's stakes. It makes it more interesting, knowing that people can die, people can die. I think having them not in this universe anymore, like I said, isn't going to slow down anything. It's going to just be opportunity for new characters to be introduced, and new characters to die, and just keep this thing rolling, man. I don't see the MCU slowing down anytime soon.
I was about to say, so you think it's going to like go on forever or what? Like,
with the MCU?
Yeah, like
no, it has to end eventually, but
okay.
Not in the next 10 years, no.
Really?
Wow,
that's a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I am loyal to Captain America and Iron Man and Thor. So like,
I love them too. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, from like this is not my perspective. This is what I see from the grand scheme of things. I don't see it. So yeah,
man. I guess. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's Marvel. I mean, Black Panther 2 is going to make so much money. Captain Marvel 2 is going to make a lot of money. Spider-Man, I mean, it's not like they don't have built-in stars, but when they do another Avengers, like, I don't know if I want to see another Avengers if it doesn't have Iron Man and Captain America and Thor. Like, I don't know. I mean, man.
You're gonna watch it, but
I mean, of course I'm gonna watch it. I just don't know if I'm gonna love it as much.
I have two things for you actually. First one is, do you think Captain Marvel 2 is gonna be in between her time?
Definitely. They set it up.
Really?
Like they set it up. In my opinion, because like she talked about how she has to go and end the war and do this. Like, they set that up. So yeah, I mean, I think Captain Marvel 2 is going to be that time that she's left Earth until she comes back. Okay. So yeah.
And secondly, there's been reports of Kevin Feige trying to set up that X-Men versus Avengers.
Are you serious?
He's trying to set it up. Wow. Well, it's it's not. It hasn't been greenlit or anything like that, but they're in the talks. They're they're trying to get it, and that can only work if I don't think Captain Marvel can be in the movie. Or Hulk.
Or Thor.
But Thor might not be around for other reasons. It might be in the dirt. But that could be really cool to see too. If they bring in Deadpool and stuff.
Yeah, but
you don't see that? You wouldn't like that?
It's not that I wouldn't like it, but like, I mean, from a physicality standpoint, like the X-Men are going to get destroyed.
Well, in the comics, they didn't get destroyed. It happened in the comics. It was an event like that, but they had the power of the Phoenix on their side.
Okay.
And she was just whooping everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, Dark Phoenix is one of the most powerful characters, and but.
No, but I mean, actually though, like I thought the same thing. It was some good matchups though. They had Colossus was doing his thing, Magneto was doing his thing. He was holding his own.
I mean, but those are like the strongest mutants. So like, sure, like Magneto, Professor X, Wolverine. What's the dude that keeps running and is super strong?
Keeps running and he's super strong.
He's got the helmet. He was in X-Men.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, yeah. So I mean, people
terrible
like him,
description of Juggernaut. But keep on.
People like him, they'll be okay, I guess, to an extent.
Like,
but
those are.
But like you said,
threats.
like I mean, but I mean, if Captain Marvel comes, like, it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure she's gonna be doing her little Kree scroll, little, helping them out. But yeah, but if you got like the Falcons and the listen, man, hear me out. It could be a compelling fight.
I mean, okay, if the Avengers sends the C team out there, you're right. It'll be interesting. But come on, bro. It's not gonna be interesting. I'm sorry. I mean, but I would love to see them do a film together. Sure. But like they don't need to be versus each other. Like I don't need.
I'm pretty sure it's going to end up like that at the end.
Of course,
to bring them all together. But
they don't need to assault my intelligence by trying to think that they can like match up.
They actually can match up pretty well. Actually, if you take out their big guns, the Avengers guns.
Okay, but they're not going to do that. Like, why would they do that? Listen, anyway. So X-Men has another problem.
What?
X-Men has no star power. Like, I mean, and right now they're in the middle of doing the Young X-Men, which nobody cares about. I don't care about them. Like, they need to bring back Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart. Like, they need to bring back the OGs.
The guy's too old, man. I mean, yeah, I would like to see that, but okay, do you think Disney's gonna recast X-Men?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to. They have to if their plan is to get them with the Avengers. Okay. Because Fox, just like
but Ryan Reynolds is staying though.
Maybe.
No, it's like he's Deadpool. Like he's staying.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, my point is like Fox is already not Fox. Sorry, Sony has already tried to do this with Spider-Man, but they're still putting out crap.
Try doing what?
They've made an agreement with Disney to have Spider-Man in the Marvel movies, but they still make they still had a separate Amazing Spider-Man. They still have Venom. They still have other crap coming out, right?
Yeah.
So like Fox is just gonna do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And like I'm saying, like they already have an established continuity going with their X-Men series. So in my opinion, they're not gonna just stop that. They're going to have to get new X-Men characters.
Okay.
So that's why I said that.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay. Wow. We did a great talk, man. I appreciate you coming on. Captain Marvel was awful. I'm glad you liked it though, or you thought it was okay. Whatever.
Yeah, it was okay.
It's not in my top 10, not in my top 15, but let me think. I'm gonna do this on the fly. If I had to rank Captain Marvel in every MCU,
I have it ranked number 14 out of 21 Marvel movies. Out of the 21 MCU movies.
Why do you have?
I have it ranked 14, so it's not.
What is it above?
I have it above Thor 1.
Wow.
It's my personal opinion.
Sure, this is your personal. Yeah, definitely.
I have it above Cap 1.
Whoa. Okay. All right. I don't want to hear anymore.
No, listen. No, I have it above Ant-Man and the Wasp. I have it above Iron Man 3. I have it above Thor Dark World. I have it above The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. And the worst Marvel movie, in my opinion, is Doctor Strange.
Jeez. Okay. I will agree with one of those movies. The Incredible Hulk. That was trash. And then Captain Marvel. So, yeah, that's where it ranks for me. I actually like Doctor Strange a lot, but it's not the high on my list.
It's just Iron Man, but through the eyes of mysticism.
Okay.
A senile character has something happen to him that's humbling.
Sure.
He gets these abilities / powers, and he's humbled. It's almost like he's almost even the same character as Iron Man. Like he's snarky, which is why I thought Infinity War did a good job of making them more separate, their personalities. But Doctor Strange, he's just Iron Man. He's just Tony Stark, in my opinion.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah.
I don't like it.
Great. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. And that's
no
it.
rebuttal.
I have nothing to say to that. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna say that for another pod.
All
right, guys. Thank you. Captain Marvel was just okay.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Current Era Podcast. What did I tell you? Huh? I told you that Mandala was ridiculous. This guy really said Captain Marvel was better than Cap 1, Iron Man 3. What? Stop, bro. Stop. I'm going to have to reevaluate you being on my podcast because, I'm just playing. But yeah, man, this is what the podcast is all about. It's about everybody being able to express their own opinions. So guys, if you have a different opinion about Captain Marvel, please let me know. Follow me on Instagram at Jules. That's JOUL3S. I just realized that I've been giving you guys my wrong Instagram this entire time. So my correct Instagram is Jules. That's JOUL3S. Follow me on Instagram. Let me know what you thought of Captain Marvel. And we're going to keep this thing moving. I'm so excited for Avengers Endgame. I cannot wait. The new trailer just dropped, and it looks amazing. I'm so excited, so excited, so excited. And thank you guys for listening again. Please remember to rate, like, and subscribe. continue to download these episodes. You're really helping me out. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much.